It is. But even at the collision center, you've got all the old-fashioned cars. I love going through there and seeing the cars there.
Yeah.
I mean, cars are your life.
Well, I've been doing it since 1975, and probably did a little, was doing it a little early. I was working around cars when, I guess when I was in high school.
One thing about cars is that, and then you see them back on TV again, finally.
Yeah.
But the 1 out of 6 people in the United States is somehow interconnected with the car industry.
Well, the economy is driven a lot by the car industry. That's one of the economic indicators.
Yep.
It was something I was reading last night. The car industry is, doing well right now, and how long it can last, and what that was a question. It's just like all economists, but anytime the car business, that's a barometer of economies.
Right.
And of course furniture is, but the big ticket items. If people are going to buy a big ticket item, that can tell the confidence in the economy and people doing. It's it takes a lot.
But we're kind of excited about what all the focus down at Nelson Kia. You're beating on cars again. I understand we sold some cars, beating on goods.
Well, we've done a lot of what we call affordable cars.
Right.
Under $200 a month,
Yeah.
and and it's worked.
Here's a story we can tell now. Your mom's passed. She didn't like you beating on the cars, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
What did she say to you about that?
I don't know. I can't remember what she said, but
She said it was too cheap or something, or
I don't
too country.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. It's kind of.
And you don't mind being country, do you?
No, that's what I am.
Right.
I don't
probably
care.
what makes you cool is that you don't mind doing what it takes, being a little hokey to sell cars because it comes with it.
Yeah. It's what I told somebody today. God gives you one life.
Right.
You might as well live it.
You do, and you have.
You don't. I like real people.
Yeah.
And I don't care. People that are made up and stuff. That is far from me.
Right.
And I go to places and in meetings and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not. But people, the manufacturers and the people,
But
they always come to me and talk.
You have a smile built in your face.
Yeah. Well.
And I think I always like just hanging out because you are positive. You're always like, there's a positive to this. We can get through it.
My son and guy Terry Page, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Looks after a lot of stuff. I heard him say something. He's so positive to a fault.
Yeah.
I said, well,
yeah, and don't
I'd rather be that way than the other way.
And don't you think it works for you?
Oh yeah. Why be negative? I think the glass is always half full with me. It's just, I invest in people.
Yeah.
People are, what drives this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the Polish guys were talking the other night. They said, we're going to invest in people.
Right.
What their asset is people.
Mm-hmm.
We can buy all the machinery, do all the stuff, but our asset is people.
Mm-hmm.
And I work about 300 people. My asset is people.
Yeah.
And I've got good people, hard-working people, and they all driven to the same. They got a paycheck.
Yeah.
But they all understand what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And I may be back there sweeping the floor just like anybody else.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. It's
keeps you moving, doesn't it?
Well, in the day, worked out in the fields and have a half a dozen guys working and doing things. You had to work harder than the guys,
right?
So they would keep up and do.
Right.
And
I want to hear the story how y'all got in the car business, because I've seen the little picture in Bassett.
Well, Bassett, that really didn't start us. We had a little used car lot down here in Collinsville. And
Where?
Was used to be what we called Holiday Motors.
Okay.
It's where the import lot was.
Okay.
Down there, and I'd come after school and I'd work there and do everything. And
the GR.
Well, he got there and started,
mm-hmm.
but my grandfather, Fred Mize, came in. He had worked in dealerships and car business.
Okay.
The Mize family is a known name, especially down in North Carolina,
okay.
in car business. But he came in he taught me the business. He showed me the business and taught me how to sell cars. And, you know, and that's where he got started. I mean, out of high school, I was, you know, I was learning the trade.
Right.
And, you know, I hate to say it, I love my Patrick Henry Community College, but I went over there one day. And I mean, you know, I'd already been working and knowing what I could do, but I sat there, I was listening to this, and I looked out the window and listened to the professor talk and stuff, and I spent one day over there. I said, I knew then if I could take 4 years of what I was going to take in college and this is what I was going to have to do, and I said I could get ahead. But, you know, I mean, you can't do that anymore. I mean, it's just the American way, a dream, whatever. I mean, I took 4 years, and you kind of see where I mean, I did all right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, but I don't know what you can do that.
Did you
anymore.
push GR a little bit? I mean, do you think you pushed
Well,
it a little
yeah,
bit?
I got tickled. We were talking about it today. You know, my father, I'd come in, I said, GR, we got this chance to buy this dealership. We can buy this piece of real estate. We can do this and do that. He said, how do we want to pay for it? Well, you know, never did ever really question me.
Right.
You know, and my mother so mad. If he wanted to buy the Empire State Building, he'd help you get it.
Right,
you know?
right.
But I mean, it was just, you know, me and my father worked. He understood, you know, that I understood, and you know, we worked hard.
So what was the next step?
What do you mean next step?
After,
You know, back
the
the time, Mr. Mitchell at Mitchell Motors, it was the Ford dealership in Bassett, and we bought that. You know, I can remember my grandfather Nelson, Barry, don't let him buy that store. Don't let him do that. I said, Papa, I said, I'll take care of him. I promise I'll take care of him. And I promise I'll take care of him. I said, we'll get it done. You know, we went on and bought that store in 1975. And, you know, I can tell you today, when I got out there and I sold, I think one time I got up and I sold 20 cars out there on that little lot up there.
Is that
and
where GR Chevrolet is now?
No, it's a funeral home now.
Okay.
Bassett Funeral Home.
Now that's the picture I see.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's Bassett Funeral Home now.
Yeah.
But, you know, up there I learned a lot up there. Then, you know, we bought some other real estate and started different stores. And then, you know, just kind of, and I tell you really what happened. I mean, I don't know if it's, Lord bless me, I guess. Well, I know we did. But I could see, you know, the writing on the wall, the guys that owned these other stores were getting older.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and I just had to keep getting myself in position to be able, that's what I kept doing. I said, you know, I always had to keep, like a baseball, I always kept myself in scoring position.
Right.
So, you know, when they came available, you know, the next guy would call me, then, you know, the other side, the next guy would call me. You know, it was just.
Did you say no to some of those deals on the first round?
Do what?
Did you say no to some of those deals on the first round?
No, not
made a
really.
deal happen?
I made them work.
I
made them work. You know, we had to negotiate. So,
what was the hardest to negotiate? What dealership?
The hardest one was, it wasn't this type of deal. I mean, I'd already had several, but the Toyota store was.
That was hard.
Yeah,
you wanted that brand, didn't you?
Well, yeah. We paid.
You paid too much.
Paid too much. We probably paid too much for it. But the.
You know, everybody. I'm a reporter.
Huh?
Are you going to buy a Blue Ridge?
I don't know. I mean, everybody's got to. That's all got to come together. You know,
right.
It's some.
Well, everybody knows it's faltering. I mean, I don't mind saying.
I'm not saying that.
But I can.
I know I'm not saying that. But you know, it's got to get to.
It would be a good time to buy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know. You know, my family. Let's put it this way: my family is.
Would you advise GR if he was still around to buy it?
They're trying to throttle me a little bit. You know, I mean.
Stop. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's just like I told a banker today. I said, you know, went through my life. I've been trying to squeeze the blood out of a dollar. Now I'm trying to figure out how to milk the dollar. Milk the dollar.
Yeah,
but you know, I just don't know.
You're not going to say no to the Blue Ridge deal, are you?
At the right situation, probably.
All right.
But you know, it's when I don't know.
I can't do my job, man.
I know, but
people watch you because I'll ask that question. Hello, you on the air?
Hey, how you doing?
Got a question for Barry?
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Nelson?
fine, sir. Just Barry.
Yeah, I was curious, where do you stand on automobile auctions?
Automobile auctions.
Wait, you asking like how does they stand about it?
Yeah. Do you guys buy cars from auto auctions and sell them used on your lots?
Yeah, we you know, at a certain level of them, you know, the number of cars that we have to have
You got to get them where you can, get you?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it.
I can barely hear you, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
Well, all I'm saying is, what we do is, like Charles is showing here, cars that under, like that car is a lease car off of probably Hertz or Enterprise or something. We buy some of those cars so we can get the price.
And you buy
points.
cars from the public, don't you?
Yeah, we buy from the public.
Get away you can.
But the thing about it, I can't trade enough good cars on new cars. I mean, it's we have more market for, the $10,000 to $20,000 cars than we do the $50,000 to $60,000 cars. So we have to do what we got to do to, get enough cars for the the market and stuff. Right. So it's
is it tough right now getting cars?
Cars are right now. I try to avoid it, but I'm just sometimes we can't. But I'd love to trade for everything, but it's not enough business to be able to get get enough quality used cars and stuff.
And you have a whole team that's out buying all the time, right?
Well, we have people looking all the time. That's right.
You on the air? Go ahead. We got Barry Nelson on the show tonight. Barry Nelson's on the show tonight. Go ahead.
Hey, I got cut off. I wasn't done yet, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Nelson, what do you think is a good auction that a public person could go to, not a dealer, but somebody in the public could go to on a Friday or Saturday night that's local?
I just don't know if it's anything out there that's. The only thing about public auctions, you might do some of these public auctions where estates or something, I just looked at the newspaper, but I want to tell you the quality of the car that most of the time they run at opening up to the public. See, on what I buy, we kind of have guarantees. The
I know
cars.
there's a difference between a dealer auction and a public auction. I'm just trying to find something that I can buy and just drive, for a year or two.
Well, there's one on 58.
And not have to have a car payment. I just didn't know if that was any good advice. I figure you may with all the years screenshots.
Well, what I'm getting ready to say is probably the best place, if you can watch some of these estate auctions or not estate auctions or some of these public auctions where they have cars in them, that, some of those cars are, I buy them sometimes like that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a higher quality car than you're going to get at the auctions. If a dealer send them to auction, and I got probably 20, 30 cars I'm going to send to the auction. I'll be glad to sell you one of those. But it's probably not going to meet the quality that I got to sell.
Estate auctions because somebody's usually passed away or something. Something that's happened immediate. They had to deal with. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll come back. We're going to try to end on a positive note. We're going to talk. Before we go, I'm amazed at this car payment for we've been talking about this $169 a month. It almost looks. It's hard to believe. And then the double your warranty. I want to talk a little bit about that too.
Well, double your warranty is on new cars.
New cars, I know. But that's a new car. We got a new car on this.
Oh yeah,
for $169 a month.
Yeah.
And that's I think got some attention down there. But
it just depends on it's the math.
Right.
The bigger the pie, the smaller the slices.
Right.
It's just
Wait, get to the one that's $169 a month. I think it's the last car on there. You think that was a successful commercial?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Those cars are.
One thing we've learned about the market here is that's what people want to know. They want to know what kind of range they're going to be putting
Well,
out a month.
now it depends on
There we go.
It depends on credit.
I know.
You might not live. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want to sound like false advertising, but you may not leave with $169 a month because you may not hit the criteria.
You're going to have to have pretty good credit to get that.
Yeah, but once you get started, then we'll give you options. The car may be $169 there with, or I don't know, a little money down, but you might leave with a $199 a month payment, whatever. Right. So it's still we're just trying to make it affordable.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question.
All right.
With advertising like that, you still got to put $4,000 or $5,000 down. I don't know why you don't advertise that too.
All right.
Well, I just said that's what I said. You're gonna have to have something down,
Yeah.
But and I don't. It's a starting point. If if you don't have the $4,000 or $5,000 down, you know, you can. That's what I said. You could go from 169 to 199 or
Right.
something. You know, depends on how it's just math.
And every deal is different. You got to you got to look at everybody's deal because
Yeah.
everybody credit's going to weigh into it. And that's not
And it's
that's not you. That's the banks.
That's
Right.
right. And it depends on how much money you want to pay down,
Right.
what you want to do. But still, again, it's like that big piece of pie. You know, how
Yeah.
many slices, how much, you know, how much you want that payment to be. And you know, some people may not want. You know, it may be better that they pay $159 a month than $150 a month,
Right.
$149 a month.
Right.
But you know, it just depends on. It's all math.
Right. I'm a little bit
You know.
biased. I like Patty over at Honda. That girl can put a deal together.
Well, it's all math.
I know,
You
but-
know, it's a
but-
algebra question. You know.
But she put a deal together for me the other day. Yeah.
And you know, another thing, you know, to the guy's point, some of it is bank driven.
Right.
You know, what they've got to do, they got to hit certain levels, and you know, and what the down payment is. You know, obviously, if we're going to advertise a payment, we're going to advertise the best possible scenario.
You know, I'm kind of amazed that some of the local credit unions and banks are getting pretty competitive.
Oh yeah,
aren't they?
DuPont is, I want to say
You
DuPont
Valley Star?
Valley Star
Yeah.
is, you know, they're probably as
Most
good
competitive than anybody?
they're doing a good job. That's
Right.
all I can tell you.
Right.
I think, you know, they're doing a good job. I was at the announcement. One of the board members came up to me and said, "Appreciate the job you're doing for
Right.
you know, doing
For
for us."
Valstar?
Yeah.
How about the one of the things that Patty? This was kind of interesting. Patty had a guy who went to another Honda dealership. I won't say who they are, and they couldn't get approved. She got them approved. How does
Well,
that happen?
I'm going to tell you the reason that happens. You know, we have with the vast stores. I won't say vast, but the number of stores we got, we've got different finance sources.
Right.
You know, and the power. I won't say that, but the strength of, you know, our deal, and we've got so many more finance sources than some of these other dealerships do. You know, we may at Honda may be using something that Ford uses or somebody, but they got the gamut to where they can get it financed anywhere. I mean, you know, where a standalone store probably's got, you know, this many finance sources where we've got this many finance sources.
Right.
And you know, and we're always and now when we like this, they almost, you know, they kind of scramble to get our business. You know, they want that because they want the next deal. They want the next deal. You know, it's you know, we sell, you know, about 400 cars. You know, getting to where we sell about 400 a month.
Let's talk about double your warranty, because a lot of people think, it sounds like some.
No, it's not. We pay for that. I mean, it's so much per unit. So much. It's the money's seeded into the deals and
Right.
stuff. So,
Do you think it's the fact that cars? I think new cars run a whole lot better than they used to.
Oh yeah, and you know, with financing, I would have never, ever thought I'd finance or buy a 100,000-mile pickup truck
Right.
and sell it.
Right.
But you know, we sell a lot of 100,000-mile pickup trucks. But you know, and we have warranties for those cars.
Yeah.
But the new cars run longer, they're better.
And that's
It's,
why somebody wants a new car, because they want a car that's not going to
But
hassle.
you know, we've been advertising that double warranty. We have people, you know, are here, you know, probably once a day or so. You know, people coming in from outside,
community?
you know,
Yeah.
coming outside the area, coming in to buy. You know, the difference in your deal and their deal. You know, I got double my warranty.
Right.
I said, well, I mean, I appreciate, you know, but it's.
But like on a Kia, which has
Yeah.
it has.
I don't know. That's going to be I don't know how that's going to work, but you know, we're offering it.
It's got I mean, ultimately, it's be 200,000 miles or 20 years.
Yeah. Whatever comes first, you know.
I mean,
I'm 60 years old. 20 years from now, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
we could almost buy a car, and that could last us for our life, couldn't it?
yeah.
I mean,
But you know, it's funny, you know. But you know, the car. You know, most people are not going to keep it that long. But if they do, you know, they got a warranty on it.
Right.
But
I would run it out. My problem is I would run it out.
You
I
would.
put 7,000 miles on my car a month almost.
yeah,
You love me.
wouldn't. Yeah, I know, but you're not going to last. You know, it could happen. I mean, you know, it's like, you know, it's like a actual, you know, table. You know, it's not going to happen. You know.
Right. All right, how about we keep hearing about Chevrolet going to total electric cars by 2040? What do you think about that?
I don't know.
And had they made that commitment?
Well, it's 2040. You know, I don't care.
All right, how about driverless cars?
I don't like that either. But I mean, you know, autonomous. I mean, I don't know. They still got a ways to go. I mean, I think, of course, now the car
Honda I just bought from you can pretty much stay in the middle of the road.
Yeah, the car I'm driving now can too, and it'll stop. You know, it's
it saved me from getting in a wreck the other day. It stopped for me. 'Cause
yeah.
I was doing all kinds of things, and the car stopped. It was amazing.
Yep.
So I mean,
Body shop missed out.
the excitement to me, I live for being able to get in a car, and it takes me to the beach without me having to drive it. Now think about that.
And
that's what they're telling us is going to be
I
happening.
don't know.
You don't believe it, do you?
Well, I mean, I'm
And you're in the
sure
car
it can.
business.
I'm sure it is. I'm just old school.
I mean, all the car shows you go to, don't they talk about it?
Yeah.
What are they saying about it?
Ford has spent how many $1 billion that they just invest in it. So, I mean, you know.
I mean, with all that money,
don't know.
and Apple's involved. I mean, you might have an Apple dealership one day. We just don't know where this Google's investing.
Google, yeah.
I mean,
just I don't know. That's going to be Lee's problem.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I don't know. Like I said, that's going to be Lee's problem. I mean, bless his heart. I just don't. I still like a
But don't you
steering
think it's
wheel, a
exciting?
gas pedal, and a brake pedal, huh?
don't you think it's exciting?
Yeah.
I mean,
guess so.
the concept that you could get in your car like at 1 a.m. and go to sleep and be at the beach at 7 a.m. You think that's realistic?
I don't know that I could sleep and do that. No,
But-
I don't think so.
Because even Motley's Fool, which is an investment, I read it all the time.
Yeah.
They say don't be investing in insurance companies because they're not going to be that valuable anymore. After they say the next 10 years, insurance companies because there's
means
going to be
if I get out of the body
there's
shop
going to be
business.
less wrecks, but less wrecks.
I don't know. I don't know. No, don't know.
But Barry, one thing you do know, and you can confirm this for me, every car company is investing a lot of money in this right now.
It is, you know, the minor stuff, you know, the little bumps and stuff. And, you know, I can see where that's.
They had one major accident where they killed a biker got killed, and that's kind of like put the industry on hold for a few minutes. But still, I know. I mean, just so much money going into this. Apple wants to get in the car business. Can't you tell?
That's like that's Lee's problem.
Okay, but it is a lot of changes are coming in it.
Yep. Yeah, it is. And, you know, I've always said, and they laugh at me when I say this, technology it's not a plus. It multiplies. Technology multiplies. You know, and that's, and, you know, I can sit here and say, oh, no, but it's probably, oh, yes, it is. But, you know, but technology, you know, I don't know what it's going to be by the end of my lifetime, but, you know, it's going to be pretty
I do think
amazing.
we're going to get to see the driverless car, Barry. I think
I'm sure we are.
we're going to get a car.
Probably.
And I think we're going to feel good about it. I do think there was so much money being put into it. And I think
I want to buy I won't say the first one, but I want to buy probably a motorhome with that.
there you go. I mean, they're even talking about 18-wheelers
Yeah.
that are driverless.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you're in that business too.
Well, it was.
You're not okay. You got out of the truck business. Okay. One thing I have seen some new things going on around your place. I understand Bob Norris has got an engine shop going on in the back of Honda.
well-
Are you going to get more in selling engines?
Well, that too, but it's more machine work and stuff. You know, it's nobody in town that does, you know, machine work. And that's the only reason I've got it is because, you know.
How do you use that?
Well, the stores need, you know, heads resurfaced, you know, different things, you know, or, you know, blocks, board, you know, different things, you know, whatever's got to be done, you know. That type of work is kind of going out, but we still need it.
And that salvage yard, people love that salvage yard, don't they?
Yeah.
You love it too, don't you?
Well, it's good. I mean, I helped start that thing years ago, and, you know, it's,
And you came up with the phrase, all cars run on used parts.
yeah. I don't know if I can. I may have stole it.
Okay. But Bob Norris is doing a great job in there.
Yeah, Bob, you know, he eats and sleeps it. It does a good job. It's we've done well with it. I mean, it's got a lot for the folks that, you go down there and people stand in line to get parts. I mean, it's
but you look at some of the prices for the parts, and you're like, I don't want to pay that much for a part.
Well,
and you got the same part down at the salvage yard.
It's maybe not the same, but it's like I said, all cars run on used parts.
Yeah, but you can take a part. You don't know how long that part's going to last versus a new part.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's a gamble.
Well, some of these aftermarket parts, some of the used parts are better than the aftermarket.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'd rather have a used part than some of the aftermarket stuff. But our community. Let's get back to work.
Okay. But I've enjoyed talking to the car industry because it really is changing. That's why you're like Mr. Energy to me, because there's so much going on. Your company has more going on, and that customers can connect to.
Yeah.
I'm always talking about the things we can advertise. I mean, we could try to advertise everything you do and could never do it.
Well,
because there's so much going on.
Well, after 40 years of doing this, you're supposed to have that. You're supposed to be invested, and I'm invested here, and I got a lot of people working, and it's family. I mean, bankers and people say, well, you could sell and quit and go and do this and do that, but I enjoy what I do.
Has anybody ever tried to buy you?
I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I do.
Right.
I enjoy the people I got, and I'm responsible for the people I got.
That's like burgling ever called?
I'm enjoyed what I do, and I don't, that's going to be the next generation's job. Okay. But as long as I'm along kicking, it's probably going to be.
You want to keep doing it?
I enjoy it. I enjoy
the race team. I got to talk about racing a little bit. Let's see if we can get a picture of Timothy Peters winning the Valley Star 300. Man, tell me that wasn't exciting.
Well, you can't take that away from it. Won the first race under the lights.
That's right. That's really historic.
We're going to try to win the second race under the lights.
That's going to be hard, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be shooting.
Because one thing about that race is, everybody knows it's mayhem. It's almost like if you can get to that race without turning your equipment up, you've done something, haven't you?
Well, we had guy win. Timothy won, and we had another one in the top 10.
Yep.
This year, if all things go well, we're going to carry 5 cars over there.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it was, Timothy.
5 cars?
A couple of.
Is that the phone? We got an emergency alert. Flash flood warning.
Time for me to quit.
Yeah. But do we have a flash flood warning in the air until 1:45 here on Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You get on top of the hill and
we're okay.
See the water go by.
Everybody thought my car was flooded out down to the bottom. I don't know if you saw that. But anyway,
but Todd Gillen's going to drive one. Mm-hmm. He's Camping World drives for Kyle Busch.
Right.
Timothy will drive one. Brandon Pierce, Bobby McCarty, and Matt Bowen.
Right.
That'll be 5 cars over there. It's going to be a job.
Wow.
A job.
Right. But 5 cars.
But it's kind of got to the point. People want to drive my stuff, so it's good. It was pretty cool. We went to Langley early in the year. Denny Hamlin drove a car, and Kyle Busch drove a car, and Timothy drove a car, and they finished one.
So I think it's so cool that you do racing.
Well,
because it's such a tie into the dealerships.
Well, it's it's a big deal. For here, we're the only local.
I know it.
Martinsville's supposed to have. We used to be race teams all around. We're it.
Yeah.
So it's
How did you feel that night? It was like midnight.
It was. We've been over there, I guess 5 or 6 times, and we should have won 2 or 3 of the times. Had issues and stuff. Timothy a year or so ago wrecked right on the final lap.
I remember that. I remember that.
And I thought he got hurt.
I did too. It's like 30 seconds that was the longest 30 seconds ever.
And but it was, it really meant a lot to everybody. Win that race. It's 40 of the best cars in the nation are there.
Right.
And to be able to do it right in front of the home folks.
I think that might be a harder race than the NASCAR races.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They'll even tell you that. The NASCAR guys will tell you that. This is they all pay. Let's put it this way: the Cup guys and everybody, they pay attention to this race as much as anything.
Denny Hamlin was listening on the radio, I think, or came in or something.
Yeah,
I think wasn't Denny Hamlin there? I think he was.
Don't know, but
I think he came. Yeah, he was there.
See, that car right there is the one Denny Hamlin won
That very car?
that very car. He won the race in Langley, and he.
What did he say about it? What did he say about the car?
Oh, they'll be back.
They really? Really
They'll
like
come
it?
back. And Kyle drove another car. And he drove the second place, and Timothy was another car. He finished third. But, that was 40 good cars out there that Denny Hamlin challenged.
Right.
But, it's good to say, you've had Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin in your cars.
Yeah.
And, it's.
So how do you manage so much? That's my last question.
I get up
for
first thing in the morning, I say my prayers.
you. Right. Like you're like 5 o'clock in the morning, don't you?
Well, I hadn't been lately, been so tired, but 6 o'clock's good
Okay.
now.
Right.
But
So give me a tip on how do you manage so much and keep it going?
good people.
Good people.
It's just like a ball team. I said you got, like Vince Lombardi said, you got to get the best ball players.
Right.
You got, you've got to invest in your people.
Right.
I mean, that's just like the guys come in and press glass. I mean, one of the things I kept hearing them say, we've got to invest in our people.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's where it is. Good. What do you say? Good people make good products.
Mm-hmm.
Great people make great products.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the way I've always done it.
Right.
We have, we've got good people. I want to invest in my people. I got to give them direction, and
You're always looking for salespeople, aren't you?
salespeople. But that's harder to do. Because those people are in front of the customers, and it's a hard job, but it's a rewarding job
Yeah.
if you do it right.
And you have to take rejection.
Yeah, and but you can't, in this community, if you're doing it right, you can't make any more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the higher paying jobs in this
Yeah.
community.
Right.
So,
And don't you think a good car salesman should have at least 3 or 4 deals going on at one time?
well, I mean, they should,
yeah,
but
to work
but
it.
it's but it's a good job.
Mm-hmm.
It's a harder job. Some time involved. You got to work hours and stuff. But do you want to make $30,000 or do you want to make $75,000? I
Right.
mean, that just depends on what you want to do.
Right.
And that's up to. But we need good people. I mean, part of my day is recruiting.
Right.
Looking for people and talking to people.
What do you think makes a good salesperson?
Personality, determination. I've got 3 things. I say it's you got to have passion, intensity, and focus.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do those 3 things, you can win at anything.
You got to be able to close that deal.
Yeah,
Right.
but I give these cards to. I gave us the other night. We're at the football complex and had 150 football players. I gave them all a card that had that passion, intensity, and focus. And I always asked them what it was.
Passion, intensity, and focus.
Focus. Yep.
Right.
You got to have passion for whatever you're doing, intensity to do it,
Right.
but you got to have focus to win it.
What's the next car you're going to buy?
Next car I'm gonna buy.
Yeah. I'm asking this because I know you're up to date on all this stuff. What's your dream car right now?
I tell you, Toyota's coming out with that Supra.
The what?
The Supra.
Supra? When's that coming out?
I don't know.
The next week or two?
Well, I don't know, a week or so. But they're starting, I think, to deliver them. That is going to be a cool looking car. That is a cool.
Sportsy kind of car?
Yeah, it's a 2-door sports car.
Right.
It's a fancy Celica. Years
Right.
ago, everybody knows what a Celica was.
Yeah.
Maybe the young folks don't know, but
I like the Kia Stinger
oh yeah, that's a cool car too.
because it
That
goes
is-
so fast. I mean, I don't know where you can drive that
Goes so
fast around
fast.
here, but I think it over 170 miles an hour. They say it'll do it on the road.
Yeah.
I guess you can't try it out, but you want to.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
All
always
right.
exciting. A powerful car, and
Yeah.
and it's reasonably priced. It's 32, somewhere in that range, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So
Before
you always
we-
told me Kia. Watch Kia, right?
Yeah.
They're interesting.
Well, it's a good product. It's a really reliable product, with the warranties and stuff. So, it's just it's a good product.
You have something you want to end with?
Well, brought me here for the economic
Well, we've
type
learned a lot,
situation.
though.
Well, I know, but all I'm trying to tell you, folks, we're not where you think we are. We're a lot better than where we were, and we're getting through this. And I'm going to tell you, if you'll be patient with everybody, and
Dr. Godwin always said, be patient.
yeah, well, be patient and give us time. It's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be really good because we've invested back in this community more than any of the other surrounding communities. We've invested in our Commonwealth Crossing. We invested in infrastructures. You know, we're prepared for that wave.
Right.
It's where a lot of people, you know, Franklin County's trying. They're seeing the need of it because they're building that industrial park now.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if we can get the infrastructure in, get it right, and get everything going, you know, we're gonna win. You know, and we got some good people working. So, you know, and it's a good community. And people, you know, I've got young people that leave and come back, and you know, they don't want to rat race. They don't want to. This community, we've got to work on some amenities. Agreed, and we've all talked about that. But you know, we work on that and do a few things. This is a great place to live.
You see the commercial Tim Hall and I put together about spend your 16 days you're gonna spend in traffic doing what you want to.
Yeah.
Have you seen that commercial?
Yeah, but I mean, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had young folks come back and you know come back to this community and say, you know, I'd rather have this pace and that pace. Even if I did make that much more money, I'm spending that much more money where I'm at. So
houses are 56% more everywhere else.
yeah, and you know, and I dare say, and I won't tell you, and this is something the real estate people probably gonna say, you're crazy, Barrett. You're gonna see real estate prices start to rise some.
Right.
And they're gonna start coming back some because the need of housing, and we've got some used housing, but we don't have a lot of new housing.
Right.
And it's going, you know, if we can keep the young folks here and we'll keep doing what we're doing, it's going to be a need for housing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you're going to really see the wheels start turning here. You know, it's going to be good. And when the housing, we can start seeing the housing change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can sell cars, but you know, when you start seeing that housing change, that's when it's going to really take root.
It fuels the economy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you're going to really understand that, you know, we're back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we're that far from being back.
Next ad campaign is we're back in the race.
Back in the race,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I mean, they know, you know, when I'm at, you know, in these dealer meetings,
Yep.
that we're back.
Yeah.
You know, because we've grown and probably done better than a lot of the other communities and the other stores because some of them have shrank.
Yeah.
You know.
I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Know what you're talking about. That's real.
But you know, you just got to have a great invest in my people.
Well, let's invest in our community too.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Barry. Thanks for spending an hour with us. I know this is about, I mean, you don't get that many hours, and I appreciate you coming and share with us.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Yeah. See you next time.